YouTube, today we are trying out a really fun team. Kingler, Dracozolt, Marowak Kanto form, and the Moltres. A lot of fun Pokemon here. We'll see how it goes. If you do enjoy the videos though, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And make sure you try out the rental team with the code here. Available for 2 weeks before it expires, but the pay spin is available in the description down below. But otherwise, let's get started and play some games. Hey! Are y'all subscribed to the channel? About 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to the channel. If you would like to see more cool teams this month, make sure you do so. Thank you. Alright, Wheezing Regigigas. This is a little bit awkward. My team's not exactly amazing for this. We got the Wheezing, the Regigigas, Celesteela, Incineroar, Tapu Fini, and Zacian. So, ooh boy, this is going to be very awkward because my team, while it doesn't rely on the abilities, it is pretty nice to have the abilities on deck right here. What do I want to go for? I want to say it's like Kingler plus Calyrex here. I think it's the best offensive mode that I do have with the team, and I think it is probably worth it here, I'd imagine. And then I definitely want Moltres in the back to deal with Zacian. And last Pokemon, Dracozolt probably for the Fini damage-wise. Marowak, not really that great here, I'd imagine. Grimmsnarl, I really like the screens, but otherwise doesn't accomplish much. So yeah, let's go with these four. Let's see, big Kingler in action right here. I want to see if it can do well against the Regigigas Wheezing thing. I think it's going to come down to like, what does my opponent do with the Wheezing? If they do lead Wheezing Regigigas, which is kind of what I'm expecting. Maybe they see something different that they could choose here. But I imagine it's like their best way to stop Trick Room. So that's why I'd assume they would lead it here. Regigigas Wheezing does lead here. Okay, that's fine. And I am going to lead my Calyrex plus Kingler. The speed tiers are going to be crazy because of the max strike into the max move from Kingler. Okay, I wonder what the Wheezing does. I think it has to either go for Whisper Taunt here. I don't think you can afford to protect, so I'm kind of curious on what they decide to go for. I am going to go for the Foam Burst into the Wheezing slot, and I think I just protect Calyrex turn 1. And let's see how this goes here, because I don't know what they're going to decide to do here. This is a really weird lead. I think if I was like in their shoes, because like, you know, you have the Trick Room with the Calyrex. Kingler's a pretty slow Pokemon, but then you got like, I don't know if they know what the Gmax moves accomplishes on Kingler, because you never see Kingler in VGC. So there's like a lot of things. I don't know if Weezing's going to try to whisk something, if it's going to taunt my Calyrex, or maybe even try to double up a slot, which I think with Kingler's high natural base physical defense, I should be able to take attacks just fine here. But let's see. We will go for the Gmax move with the Kingler here, and I have no idea how the speed tiers work after this with the -2 on their side and then a -1 on my side. I don't know my Calyrex is faster than Regigigas, which is actually pretty important. We will protect our Calyrex right here. Let's see what they decide to go for. Who are you going for max strike with? Max Steel Spike. Ooh, they didn't strike. Interesting. They Steel Spike the Kingler. Huh, I get the defense boost for the Wheezing. I definitely do understand that. Okay, that makes sense. Life Orb on the Regigigas. They go for Wisp and into Calyrex though. Okay, perfect. But I am able to get to the Foam Burst at least. So I get some good damage in a Wheezing, which is always really nice here. How much is this doing to Wheezing? Not a bad amount. Okay, not a bad amount, and I've slowed down their team immensely. So the Regigigas pretty slow right now. Dracozolt's Bolt Beak looks pretty good afterward. Let's go for a, what do I want to set up for now? Probably just a Foam Burst again into Wheezing. I think Wheezing is probably going to protect here, but I just don't see a reason why I wouldn't Foam Burst again. I could go Moltres for the Calyrex, but I have no idea if they're going to strike this time or go for a Steel Spike once again. I do want a Foam Burst for the speed control here, I think, and I do want to go for a Glacial Lance, I'd imagine. I don't know if I want to double up the Wheezing slot or not, but I think I just want to go for attacks right here. Let's see if this is going to work out. They should protect here, yeah, which is fine. I wonder if Calyrex lives this move, because I'm not the max bulk Calyrex. It's just so weird, because Calyrex with no bulk is always just a weird mon in my opinion, because I just don't know the stats on this thing, but I know how like normally busted this Pokemon is. So I don't know if we're living Steel Spike or not. They might choose to strike here. I get the damage and the Wheezing to protect, which I think is pretty important for follow-ups later, which is why I'd rather go for it here. And also I don't want Wheezing to go for another Wisp or a Taunt potentially. So let's see, or specifically Wisp. Max strike, yeah, they do decide to max strike here. This is going to be the Calyrex slot. I should live this pretty comfortably, or not comfortably. but still live, which is a huge survival. And like the speed drop is really big here because now I'm going to be able to go for another one of these attacks here into the Wheezing slot. They don't have a good switch for the Wheezing slot other than Feeny. I'm not sure if they brought Feeny. I'd say Incineroar probably in the back with Zacian. So this is looking pretty good for me. I am going to go for the double up in the Wheezing, as if we do get rid of Wheezing, that's the Wisp user gone, which is pretty nice, and the neutralizing gas user. Pretty good damage into their Pokemon in general. Another Foam Burst going to come out into their Wheezing slot. We're going to be able to pick up a knockout on the Wheezing. Fantastic. I really do like that. I think I did more damage with Glacial Lance than I thought. I guess because like I was expecting a Steel Spike potentially again. So I'd rather cover that, even though I had like little extra damage to work with. I think that's fine. Slow Start going to activate again, as they are going to go for Steel Spike. So yeah, the Regigigas is at +2 defense, but I mean, I'm not really that worried about Regigigas anymore. It's super slow at this point. Dracozolt's looking pretty good. I really do like my Moltres in the back, I think. And I do have answers for Feeny and Dracozolt, so all I do is get rid of the Pokemon around the Feeny if possible. I am going to go out into my Moltres, I think, because if it is the Zacian, I do want to check it right here. Ah, they went hard Feeny. Okay, good play. All right, so they went Feeny. This is going to be a little bit awkward. I kind of want to knock off a Pokemon here. I just don't know which Pokemon I'm going to go for the knockoff into, whether it's the Regigigas or the Feeny. Because a Beak should be able to eliminate the Feeny regardless, so I'm not really too worried. I think I'd rather just knock off the Life Orb on the Regigigas so I take less damage here. I'm going to go Dracozolt. That's unfortunate. I got the call wrong. So I am going to go out into Dracozolt because I need to put pressure on this Feeny. I think putting pressure on this Feeny is really important here, so let's see. We're going to see Regigigas Protect. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. So we know it's Giga Impact. Calm Mind is perfectly fine because I obliterate the Feeny regardless, so I'm completely okay with this. All right. That's fine. And knock off into the Regigigas slot. So either Feeny, I say, is going to protect here. I say it probably protects here. Like, I can't see it attacking here. The Regigigas is either going to switch out into Zacian, I imagine, and Feeny protects, or Regigigas is just going to attack here, which I think my best play then is just to substitute with the Dracozolt, because I think if they bring in the Zacian, which looks like... Oh, Celesteela coming in. Okay, that's not what I expected. They didn't bring the Restricted. I guess they thought that Zacian didn't accomplish much, which it really didn't realistically with this team, but that makes it really good here. But they didn't protect Feeny. Okay. All right. As they go for Moonblast and Dracozolt. Okay, that's... man, I want the Beak there. Beak would have got to me some knockouts. What's cool is even if they switch out, there's still slow start in effect for the Regigigas, so I'm not really too worried about it right here. The knockoff going to come out into the Celesteela, which had revealed its Misty Seed earlier. So really interesting team right here. I'm going to Liquidation the Celesteela, and Celesteela shouldn't have a move that threatens Dracozolt. So I feel like I just Beak now. I could sub here again, but I don't know what Celesteela would do here in this position. That's the thing. Like, I can't see it threatening me. So I'm just going to Beak here. And yeah, I do connect, and this should knock out the Feeny with the Magnet. Yeah. So Feeny's gone, and that should be game. I don't see how they're recovering from this, which is really nice here. Okay. Leech Seed? I mean, be my guest. Dracozolt was still going to obliterate you at the end of the day. Like, Dracozolt's cleaning up this team, which is really nice here, which is the combination of the Beak. Even if you had the Zacian in the back, I think if Zacian was in the back, it was kind of weird because I don't know if Close Combat knocks me out or if they had Player Off. Those could have screwed me over there since they went aggressive with the Feeny. I think if they had Zacian, though, they would have most likely protected Feeny, though, in that position to make sure it doesn't go down to a Beak, so you do pressure the Dracozolt. But now, yeah, this looks like a pretty much game over at this point. I don't really see how they're coming back here. I'm going to go for the Beak and the Regigigas, which should be able to pick up the knockout, and I do outspeed because of the slow start. Yeah. And Kingler plus Dracozolt. Really clutching it out, and yeah, it's just really nice. I felt like overall the Kingler, the speed control was really important there, as he saw that I was able to actually get attacks off with the Calyrex into the Wheezing. I'm able to eliminate the Wheezing. The Regigigas got some, you know, decent attacks off. I'm still surprised they went for the Max Steel Spike into the Giga Slot, but I guess maybe they were just really trying to avoid a weakness policy on Calyrex, which definitely does make sense. Mine was weakness policy. And then they chose the Max Strike, which ended up just, you know, missing the knockout. And then I was just able to do a bunch of damage while controlling the speed and then able to fire off some powerful hits. and Regigigas was basically useless at the point, and Dracozolt was really able to clean up the end game right there, which was fantastic overall. If you currently enjoy the content you're watching and want to see more of it, make sure you check out my other YouTube channels, my second YouTube channel, my Eclipse channel, and of course, make sure you follow the action live on my Twitch channel. All links available in the description down below. All right, Diggersby with Grimmsnarl, Kyogre, Zapdos, the Cinderace, and Fairthorn. Pretty strong hyper offensive team. Calyrex looks pretty good against hyper offense, especially with Grimmsnarl's screens. Doesn't seem too bad. I actually really like Kingler. I think Kingler does do pretty well, especially with light screen, and the Grimmsnarl can help set it up, which I think is pretty solid here. So, but I want to go here because I do need Moltres in this game in order to deal with the Fairthorn. I don't have anything for Fairthorn otherwise. I will bring Grimmsnarl, I think. Bring the Kingler. And I want to say it's Calyrex in the back. It's really solid against my opponent's team. And then the Moltres, I want to say, is the last Pokemon. Dracozolt can do decent here, but I just don't really see it too well in this game. Other than the Zapdos and the Kyogre, otherwise there is the Cinderace, which can be annoying with Sucker Punch, the Diggersby, which is immune to the Bolt Beaks, as well as like the Quick Attacks. The Grimmsnarl, of course, is a little bit threatening, and it can't touch the Fairthorn. And I feel like Marowak only does well against the Zapdos, and pretty much everything else doesn't really like help it out. So I do think Moltres is the call here. It's going to come down to an interesting game. I think it's going to be who can pick up knockouts quick. With the screens up, I should be able to set up my screens. But the thing is, they have a Grimmsnarl themselves. I don't know if they're going to be support Grimmsnarl. I really doubt it in this game. I just hope it's not a trick strategy. A trick strategy would be really annoying against my Kingler right away. And if they lead that, not sure. I could see the lagging tail trick, which is fine. If it's a Jax button trick, though, that could be a little bit frustrating. Let's see what they're going to lead here, though. I'm not really that worried about Fairthorn with the Moltres. I just got to take care of everything around it. We're going to see Kyogre plus the Grimmsnarl lead. Okay, that's fine. Against my Grimmsnarl plus my Kingler right here. And damage-wise, I don't think this is too bad. I think I could go straight for big damage into the Kyogre. So I'm going to try to get a light screen up. I don't know if they have fake out. They can go for fake out here. I'm going to go for probably a foam burst right here into Kyogre. It's boosted by the rain. I just don't see a reason why I wouldn't go for the maximum damage right here. I could go for a Quake to boost my Spadef, but I do think that is not necessary, at least at this moment. And, you know, there are chances they could always swap here into, like, I don't know, could be Zapdos, could be Fairthorn. Both of those are swaps. But Grimmsnarl could also swap out. I do want to lower the speeds of both of these Pokemon as well for my Calyrex in the back. So let's see what we can do here. I'm hoping if there's screens, I can get the Grimmsnarl to like really low to where I can just knock it out with Calyrex afterward. It's just going to be depend. I don't know what set their Grimmsnarl is. Looks like they're not Dynamaxing, which is really cool because hitting this Kyogre for a lot of damage seems really nice here. So let's bring out the Kingler. The Gmax Kingler. Let's see how this is gonna go against the Kyogre here, because it's a crab, a crustacean versus the king of the sea right here. Let's see. Light screen does go off, which is really nice. No fake out gonna come out. My Grimmsnarl is faster than theirs. It's gonna be Thunder Wave. Okay, into my Kingler, which avoided the attack. Very nice. Always appreciate that. Water Spout does a really good amount of damage to my Grimmsnarl, but not much damage to Kingler at all, actually. And here comes a Foam Burst into the Kyogre. Really solid amount of damage right there, but more importantly, we do get the speed drop onto their Pokemon, which is really solid right here. Really don't mind that. And yeah, now I can go for a Spirit Break, I think. Go for the Kyogre, lower their damage output, and then I think I'm going to Foam Burst their Grimmsnarl. I don't know if this is going to KO in Rain. I would hope so, but might not. I'm just going to go straight for the offense. Nice Thunder Wave dodge turn one. It's not really going to matter too much, I think, other than they have to click Thunder Wave again if they want to get it off, which is okay. Which is pretty nice for me, because that means I don't have to worry about like what else this Grimmsnarl can really go for here. I just don't mind going for big damage right here. Again, trying to pick up knockouts for my Calyrex potentially. So we're going to see a Dynamax come out. Is this Kyogre? I don't mind if it's Kyogre because I Spirit Broke the Kyogre, which means Kyogre Dynamax is actually the least threatening, ironically, to the rest of my team, I feel like, especially with what I have in the back. So I really don't mind a Kyogre Dynamax is here, especially since it can only pick up a knockout. Looks like they'll be targeting the Grim, I'd imagine, here. Or they're going to go for Max Lightning, which is okay, too. Don't mind that either. Man, they can't hit Thunder Waves. My Kingler, just too nimble. Too nimble. Those claws, a little bit tricky right here. Here comes a Foam Burst into the Grimmsnarl. Almost able to pick up a knockout, but that's actually perfect in range for my Calyrex right there. Although I might want to get rid of this Pokemon because having my Calyrex paralyzed would be a little bit tough. We are going to get Spirit Break off into the Kyogre. Really nice damage and the special attack drop, which is always nice. Why do you Hailstorm in this position? I guess they don't want the rain up, but they missed a knockout, but they're going to get the knockout with Hail, I guess, anyway. I guess they expected Dracozolt swap. I guess that's what they were anticipating, because I don't think you go for that otherwise, but I think that works out perfectly for me. Yeah. Do they lose their Grimmsnarl here to Hail? I don't think they do. Yeah, they don't. Okay. That's fine. I can go out in the Calyrex here, and I think I'm just going to Quake up with my Kingler. Just boost my special defense. Seems pretty solid here. And yeah, just don't see why I wouldn't go for that. So they can go for Thunder Wave again, probably into my Calyrex this time. It's just really nice not having to play with the para chances. I think that's the best part here. I could go for the Foam Burst. I just don't really see it worth it here. I'm just going to go for the Quake into the Grimmsnarl, so I don't have to worry about Thunder Waves anymore against my team. And they're probably going to go for Max Geyser in the Calyrex, which is completely fine here. I wonder if I can knock out the Kyogre with a double up the following turn. I think it would be really close, but definitely a possibility, especially if they bring out Ferrothorn. Definitely would be a worth it right there, because again, we're trying to open up the doors for Moltres to win the game against the Ferrothorn, so we got to get rid of everything around Ferrothorn. So yeah, get a Quake off here. We're going to see the Grimmsnarl retreat. Okay, so they still want Thunder Waves, probably into that threatening Ferrothorn. Yeah, okay. I'm not surprised. I don't mind that too much, or maybe they're expecting Trick Room here, which is completely fine too. We do go for the Protect with the Calyrex, as we will go for a Quake into the Ferrothorn, so we are boosted up with our Spadef right here. And, you know, get some damage in the Ferrothorn is always kind of nice. Alright, so I wonder what their last Pokemon is, and do I try to get in Moltres early or not is the question. They do go for the Geyser here. It is going to target down my my Calyrex. Yep. Doesn't do that much damage with the Light Screen. Wait, yeah, I did get a little bit Light Screen. I got Light Screen early. Okay, cool. All right, Glacial Lance is looking really solid here this turn. I can go for close combat if I want to into Ferrothorn to try maybe pick up a knockout, but I just don't really see that as worth it here. The question is, how much is my Liquidation doing? And is Liquidation worth it or clicking Knockoff? Knockoff does get the boosted power. It'd be 97, and then the Liquidation is Stab in the Rain, but it is reduced because it is not super effective here. I could go for the high horsepower double up into the Kyogre. Might be worth it here. Let's see. Do I want to go for that? I can go for that if I want to. I think it's fine to go for Glacial Lance. I don't think that knockout on Kyogre is really that worth it. Although they'll still have Kyogre alive, I don't think it's that big of a deal realistically. Like, I'm pretty okay with that. I think just going for a knockoff into Kyogre, get rid of whatever item it is, especially if it's Mystic Water, will reduce the damage is nice. I think just getting some damage in the Ferrothorn, so Heat Wave will guarantee KO the Ferrothorn, is really nice for the Moltres. A knockoff going to come out in the Kyogre, do a really solid amount. We get rid of the Assault Vest. Interesting. Iron Defense going to come out, no surprise. Okay. Don't mind that. And we're going to see a Max Lightning. So they did have it this entire time, just decided never to click it. Kingler takes that really, really well. Like, really well. Okay. So we know why the Kyogre never protected, although I don't think it really had a reason to protect ever. Okay, that's fine. Lightning setup. I just wonder what their last Pokemon is. That's a really big question here. But now I can just go for Glacial Lance pretty safely here, and I think I just get in Moltres, because I don't see a reason to go for an attack with Kingler here when there is not really a position that really requires it. So we'll bring out the Moltres right here, because we might force our opponent to target into whatever is into the Moltres slot, because we do want them to try to get rid of the Moltres because they want to protect their Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn would win the game at this point originally if I didn't have a Moltres. So it really comes down to their last Pokemon. I am Glacial Lancing. It is a pretty free attack here, and we'll see how fast is Kyogre too. Assault Vest Kyogre shouldn't be that fast, I would imagine. Let's see if they save it or not. They might just sack Grimmsnarl here. I could definitely see that, or they stay in, which would be great. Okay, they protect Ferrothorn in best case scenario because I don't take a body press, which is really nice here, and I'm able to get the boost onto the Kyogre. So that is the best case scenario right here. All right, I'll take it. The Calyrex will be able to go for the Glacial Lance here into the Kyogre, pick up a knockout, get the boost right here. Really nice. Kind of surprised they protected, but maybe they didn't know what my Kingler moveset is, which is fair because I haven't went for like a fighting type attack yet. So that's really nice. Okay, cool. Really, really solid here. Let's see what they're going to bring in. Grimmsnarl potentially, or whatever the last Pokemon is. Zapdos is the one I'm eyeing on right here. Going to be the Diggersby. Okay. This is an interesting one. I mean, luckily I do have a Calyrex, which is pretty busted here, but there are some mind games involved with this turn. I think the best play here is to Glacial Lance just immediately. Go for the damage here. Close combat doesn't look like it would knock out at this position. I wish I had Reflect Up, but I don't. I think my best place to actually go back into Kingler. The reason I'm going to go into Kingler is because I think it's fine to go Kingler here, because if they attack with the Diggersby, it's fine. If they don't, it's okay as well. They go for foul play, actually. Oh. Well, that was not something I expected. Huge power does get boosted by foul play does get boosted by huge power, but oh, did not expect that one coming out. That's a bravo. I can't even be mad about that. That was something I did not even consider. All right, I just gotta hope they don't have Rock Slide at this point then, which they probably should. I mean, if they double miss Rock Slide, it's still a winnable game. Or if I get a burn, I guess, and I'm faster, that's definitely a potential as well. Heat Wave Liquidation. I guess I should just click Heat Wave then. I think Diggersby's faster than me though if it is max speed. Unless it's Scarf. If it's Scarf, maybe I can win this. No, I don't think I could win this actually. 8 Leech Seeded. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. This is. I wonder if it's Scarf. No, it is not. Oh wait, they went for foul play and they're locked in. Okay, wait. Hold on. Do I KO the Ferrothorn? Heat Wave Moltres? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why'd you give me the game? Wait, what? If that is Choice Lock Diggersby, you switch out the Diggersby and Rock Slide. Do you not have Rock Slide? What? Oh, I'm so confused right here, but I'll take it. Ancient Power so I don't miss, and Liquidation. What was this game? What was this game? All right, Ancient Power knockout the Grimmsnarl right there. I'm so shocked. I completely forgot about Diggersby getting foul play. I'm like, you know, Diggersby shouldn't be able to KO me unless it's maybe like Giga Impact crits my my thing. They might probably go for Rock Slide here. Maybe their Life Orb boosted. That's fine. I get it. I get into safety with Kingler and really threatened their thing because I don't want to protect there, because if I protect and they are somehow able to knock out Diggersby, then they trap me with a Rock Slide move. But yeah, that was just not something I really was expecting right there. I guess they were choice locked. I wondered, share their team? No, they don't share their team, unfortunately, but I wondered what their Diggersby was. Did they have did they not have another move that touched Moltres? Because it's really shocking, I think, just letting me get the Heat Wave. But maybe they thought that they lived the Heat Wave from Moltres with the Ferrothorn and they won the game that way. Not going to be the case there. All right, Zamazenta. Zamazenta, Grimmsnarl, Entei, Thundurus, the Suicune, and Garchomp. This actually looks like a pretty scary team. Although Kingler can probably deal with it. The problem is there is the Thundurus, which can be annoying. Although Marowak actually looks a lot of fun against my opponent's team. My opponent doesn't actually have good answers to Marowak, which is surprising. Marowak does kind of go in here. So I think I want to try out Marowak here lead-wise. It's actually pretty good against my opponent. Marowak Grimmsnarl. Not a lead I would say would be a thing I would use, but yeah, I do see it being very valuable here. Do I like Calyrex here? It's not bad though. It's against the Thundurus and the Garchomp. I mean, I like Kingler a lot here. I think Kingler does do pretty well against most of my opponent's team other than the Thundurus. In the last Pokemon, I think it's Calyrex or Dracozolt. I don't think Moltres does really well here. I want to say it's Calyrex. Let's see how this is going to go. I'd say Calyrex because if I'm able to slow down the Garchomp, I'm just able to go for a the Glacial Lance and then just Oko, which I think is pretty valuable here. I don't know who I'm targeting early on, whether it's going to be the Zamazenta, which is actually probably the biggest threat to my team, actually, which is the fun part. Entei and Garchomp lead. Okay, that's fine. As I lead my Mara Grimmsnarl now. Is this Eruption Entei? I feel like this is maybe Eruption Entei. I just don't see a reason why I wouldn't Boomerang the Entei turn 1 and go for a Reflect immediately right here. If this is Eruption, it's Eruption. I can Scary Face the Garchomp and then Glacial Lance it, so I don't care if it really Swords Dances. If I get rid of Entei, it just opens up my Calyrex a bit better, I think. So we'll see how this goes. I can also Scary Face the Garchomp as well, which just already helps me out. I also have the Foam Burst in the back, so yeah, I got some pretty good options. It's just really what kind of Entei set it is. Reflect is going to come out here, no Dynamax, which is fine. So we do get Reflect up. It is going to be a Stomping Tantrum right away, which is perfect. Okay. Shouldn't do too much to... They crit me. Turn 1. Sacred Fire. Please live. At least we lived. Come on. Really? Boomerang into Entei. This Pokemon was really good against their team. And I got crit into burn turn 1. Classic. Okay. That's really unfortunate. So goodbye. Goodbye, unfortunately. Go out into Calyrex, I suppose, because I gotta go Calyrex here, and I guess I gotta Scary Face the... I guess I gotta Scary Face in high horsepower here. I don't think... Will Glacial Lance pick up the knockout? Actually, maybe it does at this range. That'd be tough. I wouldn't want to say it does. I'm gonna high horsepower to Entei and just Scary Face though. Or I could Scary Face and Protect and then go for the Lance. That might not be bad either. Nah, I think it's Scary Face here though. Yeah, because if they Rock Slide with Garchomp, if I don't flinch, I'm in a good position because I'll be at +3. They do retreat to Garchomp, which I'm not surprised about, into Zamazenta. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that. Okay. The reason I don't mind that is because Calyrex can still really do well against the Zamazenta with Max Quake potentially later on. I might have to max the... I might have to max this Pokemon, the Calyrex here, in order to win. High horsepower is going to come out into Entei, pick up the knockout into Entei. Nice. So Entei goes down. Beautiful. And what's coming out this next turn is a big question here, because Garchomp not really that big or that worried about. Let's see. The problem is I'm kind of curious on how much Behemoth Bash actually does to my team. I do have Reflect up, so I should at least live one item match with Calyrex. The question is what's going to happen with the other Pokemon. Let us see. Also, I should be able to KO Zamazenta with a +3, I'd imagine. Garchomp comes out, no surprise. Stomping Tantrum, I don't know if it's EQ, that's the thing. I kind of want to I want to go for a Hailstorm and a Garchomp, I feel like, and just Scary Face the Garchomp, I feel. Is that the right play though? I could just like protect Scary Face, but the thing is they might capitalize and target down the Grimm. If I'm going to protect Calyrex, then I'm just going to Scary Face the Garchomp. I don't think that's a bad play here. Oh, we see Garchomp Max. That's fine. I don't mind that, because if they proc my policy with that Pokemon, I might be able to eliminate the Zamazenta. So Garchomp Dynamaxes. Okay, this is a interesting position right here. Are they going for the knock on the Grimm for double up? Or are they going to try to double up my Calyrex for the knockout, I guess is my question. We do get a Scary Face off in the Garchomp. So it's at -2 speed. We're going to see a Behemoth Bash into the Calyrex. Nice. And is this a double up? That's a good question here. Rockfall. Looks like it was a double up. Perfect. Now, I guess the question is, do I knock out the Zamazenta with +3? The Zamazenta probably is bulky, but this is Calyrex at +3. Like, this Pokemon's absolutely insane. I could also just Hailstorm the Garchomp, because I think I'll live Behemoth Bash with the Reflect up, which might be worth it here. So I'm going to max Quake here to Zamazenta, and I'm just going to go for a Scary Face into the Zamazenta as well. I think the +3 should be able to pick up the knockout, I think. It's going to be close. I think it makes it exciting, though. I do think it's exciting. I'm going to just try to get rid of the Zamazenta with the +3 Calyrex. because this is the goal right here, using the I think I was going to try to get Kingler in, but didn't get as much damage in his Zamazenta as I was hoping for with the Marowak, so we'll try out the Calyrex and see how it goes. We're going to Dynamax our Calyrex right here. Hopefully, I don't think we'd live a double up, so with Rock Fall, Behemoth Bash, so we do need to get the KO. If they protect, that's fine. Wide Guard. Okay, that's a huge mistake. Oh, they thought I was Glacial Lancing, which I guess kind of makes sense. They thought I was going to Scary Face, Glacial Lance, KO the Garchomp, and probably preserve the Dynamax in the back, but why would I need to? Would I have this +3 monster right here? So here goes a Max Quake into Zamazenta. Yeah, this pick up the knockout. This thing is absolutely insane. Nice. Now I have a +4 Calyrex, and I get the Scary Face whatever in the back. Ooh. Oh, that seems really good here. We are able to limit Zamazenta. This is going to be a chilling Nay boost. Really solid. And Rockfall once again. Okay, yeah. This is not going to KO Calyrex, especially with Reflect Up. Yeah. Like, look at how we're not even max 8. We don't even have bulk on the Calyrex. And look at how well it's just taking these attacks with the screens. Okay, let's see what the last Pokemon is. Let's see what their last Pokemon is. Suicune. I'm pretty sure I'll win the 1v1, but I mean, my play here is always just to Hailstorm the... Is it the Hailstorm the Garchomp? The Garchomp isn't a threat. I guess it is the Suicune, I guess. I just Quake the Suicune. And Scary Face the Suicune. Suicunes don't even carry Protect, so... it could be like a Solvest Garchomp, but yeah, the battle's gonna be forfeit. Oh, turn 1 was really bad with the Marowak, but Calyrex Grimmsnarl just went absolutely insane. I was able to get the damage off. I was able to get the KO and the boost early with the Calyrex, which I was not expecting. Then I was just able to max the Calyrex for the win. And yeah, they really didn't have much to stop my Grimmsnarl from going for Scary Face. And the Calyrex was a really big threat because they gave me the weakness policy immediately. I thought I would have had to take a Behemoth Bash in order to activate the weakness policy, but since they Dynamax, they gave me the free boost. And then bye-bye. And that is the show. Kingler doing a lot of work, and I mean a lot of work. Was very impressed by Kingler, actually. The G-Max Foam was really good. Kingler actually took the attacks really well with the screens. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, Fast Calyrex was pretty good. The Dracozolt worked like I wanted it to. Yeah, just ended up really working out. But I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. If you did, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out, especially if you enjoyed the video. And try out the team. You have 2 weeks to grab the team before it expires. Otherwise, paste been available in the description down below. But thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we bow again, I'll catch you all later.